Good evening. It's Thursday, October 3, 2019 here in Cebu City. I'm Sherry Ann Lim, and here's all you need to know in NewsBits tonight. A group of vendors in Cebu has opposed the plan of SM to develop the carbon public market in the same way that it did the public market in Dasmariñas, Cavite. Here's Chari Coronel for the details.
The Cebu Market Vendors Multipurpose Cooperative has expressed its opposition to SM's plan to have the carbon public market developed similar to what SM did in Dasmariñas, Cavite. The opposition was aired after Semvetco officials visited the SM Marketmall and met with the management of the market yesterday. Semvetco Chairman Erwin Gokong Sr. said they do not want the same setup to be implemented in the carbon market, urging Cebu City Mayor Edgardo Labella to include them in future consultation meetings between the city and SM. During the visit, Gokong found out that the vendors were placed in a floor where shoppers cannot see them immediately. Gokong said the public who are not aware that a market exists in the building would only think that the establishment is only a supermarket of SM. He also revealed that the SM supermarket is also selling products similar to what vendors are selling. Gokong, however, said Labella assured them that SM will not sell the same products as what the carbon vendors are selling. The management of SM Supermarket plans to improve the state of the carbon market, known as the oldest and largest market in Cebu City. The proposed establishment will replace the current Unit 1, the market for meat and sea products, Unit 2, which remains under construction, and Unit 3, the area for the fruits. Chari Coronel, NewsBits Tonight.
The Philippine Coast Guard has introduced its first pork-sniffing dog in the country. The 18-month-old golden retriever named Porky Poochie can detect the presence of raw pork and processed meat. Here's Kenneth Torres for the details.
To bolster efforts in preventing African swine fever from affecting hogs in Cebu, the Philippine Coast Guard Central Visayas has introduced its first pork-sniffing dog in the country. Porky Poochie, an 18-month-old golden retriever, is the first PCG dog in the country trained to sniff and detect the presence of raw pork and processed meat. Poochie, who will be deployed randomly in Cebu and Bohol, underwent a month and a half of training since August 1. PCG Central Visayas spokesperson Michael John Encina said the training includes the imprint of the smell of an item, a rigorous training for the dog and its handler. Poochie was previously trained as a narco-sniffing dog of the Coast Guard in the region. Encina said this move will fill the gap between the intelligence and the inspection capability of the ASF task force created by the Cebu provincial government. Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia issued an executive order that totally bans the entry of live hogs, pork-related products, byproducts, and boar semen from Luzon into Cebu for 100 days. The order was made after the Department of Agriculture confirmed an ASF outbreak in 7 areas in the provinces of Bulacan and Rizal. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
4 village officials and more than 500 residents of Cebu City have been issued citation tickets for violating environmental laws and ordinances. Here's Chari Coronel for the details.
The Cebu City Environment and Natural Resources Office has issued citation tickets to 4 village officials for violating environmental laws and ordinances. This happened 1 month after Mayor Edgardo Labella issued a directive to all the 80 village chiefs in the city to sustain the cleanliness of their respective barangays to avoid possible suspension. Zapatera Barangay Captain Francisco Benedicto was identified as one of those barangay officials who were apprehended by the Environment Office. The apprehension happened after a photo of men throwing sacks of garbage into a vacant lot on General Chavez Street circulated online last July. The men were reportedly workers of Zapatera Barangay Hall. The City Council is giving Benedicto 10 days to explain his side before they can make their recommendation. The 10-day period started last September 27. Aside from the 4 barangay officials, more than 500 residents were also apprehended for the same violation. Most of these violators were identified for not having their own toilets and for throwing their waste directly into the river. The violators were given 45 days from the day they were issued a citation ticket to build a communal toilet. Based on the Republic Act 9003 or the Ecological Waste Management Act of 2000, local government officials and government agencies concerned who failed to comply with and enforce rules and regulations promulgated relative to this act shall be charged administratively in accordance with Republic Act 7160 and other existing laws, rules, and regulations. If proven that a barangay official has violated any environmental law, the mayor has the authority to impose preventive suspension to the barangay official as stated under Section 63 of the Local Government Code of 1991. Chari Coronel, NewsBits Tonight.
As a reward for their efforts and service, public school teachers will receive 1,000 pesos as incentive this Saturday during the celebration of World Teachers' Day. Here's Nico Tubo for the details.
Around 65,000 public school teachers in Central Visayas will receive a 1,000 peso incentive from the Department of Education during the World Teachers' Day celebration on Saturday. According to the guidelines, teachers who are on absence without leave and no longer in their service as of September 30, 2019, including those who are found guilty of any offense in their work from September 30, 2018 to September 30, 2019, and those who are hired after September 30 are not covered by the grant. DepEd Central Visayas Acting Director Salustiano Jimenez said the 1,000 peso incentive is on top of the chalk allowance, productivity enhancement incentive, clothing or uniform allowance, and hardship allowance. Last week, DepEd forwarded the special allotment release order to the regional offices and division offices, hoping that by October 5, the money will already be reflected in the teacher's automated teller machine. The funding requirement for this will be charged in the appropriation authorized by the General Appropriations Act. The culmination of the World Teachers' Day celebration will be held in Cagayan de Oro City on Saturday. Nico Tubo, NewsBits Tonight.
For the latest in sports, here's Kenneth Torres.
The Cebu Sharks Casino Ethyl Alcohol are positive of claiming a spot in the playoffs as they face the winless Soc-Sargent Marlins in the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball Lakan season at the Strike Gym in Bacoor, Cavite tomorrow. The Sharks, who hold a 5-9 record in the South Division, are placed near the bottom of the standings. Veteran Patrick Cabahug says the team is preparing hard, adding that they are taking no chances against the Marlins. Cabahug added that the team is focusing on its defense, scouting the different tendencies of its opponents. More than any strategy of the team, Cabahug is optimistic that the Sharks will show a more unified team in this match. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Sherry Ann Lim. Good evening.